This persimmon is so big and beautiful. Do you like persimmons? I put this persimmon in the freezer to freeze it because they say if you freeze them, it would take on a different flavor and texture. And so I don't know if this one here is astringent or non-astringent, but I thought I would take the peeling off here and just take a bite of it and share with you how it tastes. So here it goes. Wow, there is nothing dry about this. This is so delicious. Wow. It's sweet, creamy, very, very, very good. So I froze this first and let it defrost just a little bit, but it is so delicious. Can insects and animals and plants really predict a cold, harsh winter? And oh, don't forget about the persimmon seed. This and much more coming up. Hi, I'm Annette and welcome to Kitchen Garden Farmhouse. Today's video is all about two things and it concerns winter time. 20 things that folklore has said from generations past that can predict a cold, harsh winter. And then I'm going to be going over with you 10 things that has been tried and proven to protect your garden during the winter cold season. But before we get started, if you have not subscribed yet, please take a moment to subscribe and turn on the notification bell that you will be reminded every time I upload a new video. With that, let's get started. Before there were weather apps on your smartphones and televisions to watch the newscasts, people really back in the day looked to nature to help them to prepare for cold, harsh winters. And so, what kind of signs are you maybe seeing in your own backyard that says winter is approaching? Leave me a comment below. So, true or not, these 20 things on this list I would say are quite interesting. So, number one, thicker than normal onion skins or corn husk. Number two, woodpeckers sharing a tree. Some believe that if you see at least 2 woodpeckers on a tree pecking at it, they may be storing acorns in that tree preparing for a cold winter. Number 3, the early arrival of the snowy owl. Number 4, the early departure of ducks and geese. Number 5, the early migrations of monarch butterflies. Number 6, thick hair growing on the nape of a cow's neck. Number 7, heavy and numerous fogs in the month of August before December gets here. Number 8, raccoons that will grow thicker tails and brighter bands. Number 9, mice chewing furiously to get into your home. Oh my. Number 10, early arrival of crickets. Number 11, spiders spinning webs larger than usual and entering into your home by great numbers. Number 12, pigs gathering sticks, leaves, and other material to build a nest. Number 13, ants marching in a line versus spreading abroad. Number 14, early seclusion of bees within the beehive. 15, an unusual abundance of acorns. Number 16, muskrats burrowing holes higher on the riverbank. Number 17 is a little poem. See how high the hornet's nest. It will tell you how high, it's a tongue twister. Number 17, see how high the hornets rest. 'Twill tell you how high the snow will rest. There you go. Number 18, the size of the orange band on the woolly bears and the woolly worms. The orange band, if it's more narrow on the woolly bear and on the fuzzy woolly worm. If it's more narrow, they say it's going to be more snow, more cold. Number 19, squirrels gathering nuts and acorns earlier to fortify themselves against a very harsh, cold winter. Number 20, frequent halos around the sun or the moon. Now, as a bonus, the persimmon seed. Now, the story goes that the persimmon has to be grown locally in your area to predict the weather in that region. So you cannot buy persimmon from the store like I did and then look at the seed and it be effective to your area. So I don't know where this persimmon was grown. So with that, if you cut the persimmon open, the seed inside will have 3 different shapes: a knife, a spoon, and a fork. The story goes, if the persimmon seed is shaped like a fork, your winter is going to be mild. If it's shaped like a spoon, like shoveling snow, you're going to have a heavy snowfall that winter. And if it's shaped like a knife, you're going to be biting cold. It will cut like a knife. Now that we've gone over those 20 items, 21 counting the persimmon seed, let's go over 10 tried and proven ways that you and I can protect our gardens this winter. Number 1 is going to be mulch. Apply a thick layer of organic mulch like wood chips, bark, straw, pine needles around the base of your plants or tree to protect the roots from frost and temperature fluctuations. Just make sure that you do not cover up the trunk of the tree or that plant. Number 2 is different types of plant covers. Use frost blankets, row covers, burlap, or something along that line to cover your sensitive plants during the cold nights, ensuring they are securely fastened down though, so the wind will not blow it off. Number 3, if you're growing some things in containers, this is the beauty about growing in containers, that you can bring those containers inside when the temperatures fall below the normal of what you need it to be for that particular thing that you may be growing. So just move those potted plants inside if they're not cold hardy, and then into a protected area, and then you'll be good to go. Number 4 is cold frames. Have you ever built a cold frame or know someone that has built a cold frame? They have been used for ages and they really do work very well. So construct cold frames using wood or plastic to create a shelter environment for plants that need extra protection. Now, number 5 is about protecting your soil. Truly, our soil should never be uncovered. It needs to be covered at all times, whether it's in the spring, summer, fall, or winter. So for number 5, in the winter time, just plant a winter cover crop like ryegrass or clover or whatever grows well in your region in those empty garden beds to protect the soil and to add more nutrients also. When the time comes when the weather warms up, you can just chop and drop those cover crops right there wherever you got them planted. Number 6 is providing some kind of windbreak for your garden to protect your garden and your plants from those harsh, cold winter winds. Number 7 is about cold hardiness. If you have not planted cold hardiness plants yet in your area, before you plant, try to check out and see how cold hardy they are to your area. And if you have more sensitive plants, just cover them up to provide extra protection so they can survive the cold winter. Number 8 is about the weather forecast. We really need to keep our eye on the weather in our area and to plan accordingly. So just monitor the weather predictions to anticipate if you're going to have frost coming, and just cover the plants accordingly. Number 9 is about watering your plants in the winter time. The reason for this is because when you water your plants very well before a freeze, the moisture in the soil releases more heat slowly than if you did not put the water there. And number 10 is pruning. So if you have not pruned your garden yet, the things that needs to be pruned, just prune those perennials in the late fall to remove dead foliage and to prepare them for the winter to come. Out of the 10 things I have mentioned, have you ever tried any of these and it really worked for your garden? Please share in the comments below. Also, if there's something that you have tried that I did not mention, I would really appreciate if you share it with the group below in the comment section. Meanwhile, I really appreciate you watching this video to the end, and I will see you in the next videos.